What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so look, let's go over which. I told you guys several times that when these big time J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and them Warren Buffett's don't don't do what they say, watch what they do, because they'll tell you one thing and then do the total opposite. And also the move towards precious metals right now by these bigger hedge fund groups, it should be a telltale sign of what's going on. All right. So for those of you who are considering buying precious metals, please give our friends over at Money Metals Exchange some consideration when you're thinking about buying them. The link will be in the description. So if you go over there and you're a first-time buyer there and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy, Pimpy, and you can get a free ½ ounce of silver. And we'll take free precious metals anytime we can get them. We have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. In here we do talk about gold and silver, as well as foreign currency investments and cryptocurrencies. Over here we have the hidden things in front of your eyes. Over here we do NESARA, GESARA, politics, current events, QAnon, things like that. All right, you guys? The links for these groups will be in the description. They're free to join. Come on over. It's free to join. All right, so what we saw in the market was there, again, I'm laughing because I was just talking about with Rice yesterday, and that is this. I'm glad this dip took place when it did, because this way then I could address any fears and concerns as soon as it happened. So even though I was warning you guys that it was going to happen, as soon as it happened, you guys started panicking anyways. And that's okay. That's normal. You got to take your emotions out of your investment. I know it's easier said than done, but you can't panic. Again, I said this a zillion times, and that is this. You can't look at your holdings and go, oh my God, I lost money. No, it's no loss. You haven't lost anything. It's only a loss if you sell it at a cheaper price than what you bought it for, okay? So if you just hold on to it, the price starts to recoup. And we saw it. So we seen a market correction, and then we saw it start to recoup in price. And right now it's just kind of been slightly dead in the water. Not a lot going on between it, but they're up there in the supported levels of $1,950 and $26.50 for silver. Silver, of course, had a quicker rebound. But anyways, I want to go over some of these older articles because look at this. So silver reached a 7-year high in August as concerns about a weaker dollar and declining bond prices thrust investors into a safe haven asset as uncertainty about the economy remained. Now, I just did a video on the Zimbabwe dollar. Okay, so the same thing with them. And you're going to see, I'm going to do another article with this one because it's happening in other countries. What's happening? People are starting to lose confidence in their currency. They see a financial crisis, and this is planned, by the way. This whole Great Reset, the more I read it, the more I'm starting to realize that, this pandemic, it was planned. I mean, don't get me wrong, people are dying from it in the whole 9 yards. But you know what? There's a billion people a year, billion, are infected with tuberculosis every year. 1.5 million people die every year from it. And we're not on lockdown. We're not running around with face masks. We're not in quarantine. That thing kills more people than what we're going through right now with the coronavirus. This is all BS. This was a worldwide planned event in order to push us into the Great Reset, which is a world, a socialist economy, a one world order. I'm going to be doing an NESARA GESARA video breaking apart the Great Reset because people need to be aware of it. Do not embrace it. Trust me, the whole Black Lives Matter and Antifa events were planned as well. Don't get me wrong, people died in this thing, but that's not the point. The point is they're all part of the same corrupt agenda. You see them pushing communism, Marxism, views over here, Black Lives Matter as well as Antifa. So this was planned. Make no doubt about it. Those people are called useful idiots. They're pushing a new world agenda. You know what I mean? The people that are the founders of these groups got paid millions of dollars, and they're very well funded and organized. I bring that up because we're not done. It's not over. We're going to see a lot more happen between now and election time, because the only thing standing in the way of the Great Reset taking hold around the world is Donald Trump. So they're going to do everything they can to get this guy from being reelected. They're throwing everything at him, and I'll show what I'm talking about in another video later on. Okay, so anyway, so precious metals are the right investment for us. Everybody's moving in this direction, okay? So again, the silver is trading at $26 an ounce. It's about $26.50. More than 50% increase compared with last year. So this time last year, it's up 50%, 20% over the last 5 years. So investors are seeking safe havens since the federal stimulus package can undermine the value of the dollar. That's right. The more money the Fed keeps pumping out there, the less valuable the dollar is. There's too many out there. Sooner or later, we're going to have to deal with superinflation. So, I mean, I find it hard to believe that we're going through all this and Trump doesn't have a plan. He will. Let's keep an eye on it. But for now, you see him pushing everybody towards gold and silver in his own little secret way. Silver remains an affordable asset for investors who are seeking a hedge against the inflation. This is what I was talking about. So for those of you who have IRA accounts, people are like, I don't feel comfortable trading over my whole IRA account. Don't worry. Don't have to do the whole thing. Do like 20, 30% of it. It's going to help you hedge against inflation and any kind of crash, all right? It'll preserve your wealth and your retirement savings. Okay, so precious metals reached $27 an ounce in early August, while gold traded at above $2,000 an ounce. Okay, so people are asking me, Pimpy, how do you know when to buy gold or silver? So I told you gold has a real gradual climb up and has a gradual climb down. You know what I mean? Silver is like a spastic kid that's high on sugar. It flies up really quick and it comes down really quick and it rebounds really quick and moves up and down real quick. So there's a lot of volatility to silver, but it's still the poor man's gold. It's very affordable. You can get a lot of it and it always outperforms gold. So what I do is what I watch for is if the ratio gets down somewhere between about 30 to 1, then I'll start trading in some of my silver for gold. Right now it's about, between 70 and 74 ounces to 1 ounce of gold. Okay, so just not that long ago it was like 118 to 1. The ratio is ridiculous, but you can see the gap has closed. That's because the value of silver is climbing faster than gold is. That's why I was telling you, jump on silver. But once it starts getting around that 30, close to that 30 to 1 ratio, then again I'll start trading into silver for gold because gold is a lot more stable. You know what I mean? But you still can't go wrong with silver. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, it's like right here between the low is 70 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. The high is 74 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold. Okay, so that's where the ratio is. That's what I look for. So look at this over there. Gold rush at Turkish Bazaar. It tested the trust of the lira. Okay, so anyways, this guy Hassan followed his wife's instructions, like how he said it, followed his wife's instructions last week and took their savings to buy gold in the bazaar, okay? As Turks scooped up bullion worth $7 billion in just a fortnight. With memories of the currency crash which rocked Turkey's economy only 2 years ago fresh on our minds, the retired police officer was among those playing it safe, and he cued in on the city's sprawling covered market. Okay, so yeah, look at. So here's the funny thing. Well, he said where his screen showed the gold price rose by 1 lira in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So it was moving kind of quick. Anyways, it goes on to cover the fact that people are losing their faith in the lira. They're switching their currencies over to U.S. dollars and or buying up precious metals. That's what they're doing over there. All right, so this isn't just here. This is worldwide. Everybody's getting hip to this. Okay, so yeah, keep an eye. This is what I look for. So it's happening in other countries, tells me it's a good investment. So if it's not just happening here. So that means if everybody else is seeing what we see and they're all rushing to precious metals, that's just going to drive up the value of the metals, especially when we start getting a little scarce on the inventory. And I showed you guys a video where one of these experts said there hasn't even been a rush to gold yet. So if we're already seeing some, shortages on silver, shortages on gold, what's going to happen when there's a rush to these metals? All right, so we are way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the curve. So again, when I told you guys, look, don't listen to what the big dogs say. Let's watch what they do. And lo and behold, Berkshire makes a bet on gold market. Buffett once mocked the gold market and then turned around and his hedge fund group went right into it. So Warren Buffett, his hedge fund, Berkshire Hathaway, added Barrick Gold. So he bought stock. And Barrick Gold is on my stock watch, by the way. One of the stocks to watch. So he added it to his portfolio in the second quarter, sending shares of the world's second largest miner of metals soaring. It did. It went up. Here it is right here. I know it's in the red right now, but it's aftermarkets. So here it is. This is the one. It's on my stock watch. You can see it's up there. It's a good one to watch. So Berkshire took a new position on Barrick, buying 2.9 million shares, or 1.2% of the company's outstanding stock, with a current market value of $565 million, according to regulatory filings on Friday. So you see, I told you guys, you got to watch what they do, not what they say. This guy's sitting here mocking precious metals and gold, and then they turn around and buy a position into it. Okay, so so Buffett in the past cautioned against investing in the metal, saying that you can't produce anything from it. That's not true. We use it in commercial uses. So this is just BS. This is the same guy that said he had no faith that the internet was going to become anything. All right. So again, you got to just watch what they do, not what they say. So there's another company, Paulson & Company. It's run by a billionaire hedge fund manager, John Paulson. They're also adding holdings of Barrick. All right. So again, everybody's moving. I told you guys. So precious metals is a great investment, but so are the miners' stocks. These types of things would survive a crisis, in my opinion. That's miner stocks as well as precious metal stocks. All right. So anyways, I wanted to share this because I told you guys, watch what they do, not what they say. And in here is talking about what they're watching for. The jump in gold prices boosted investors' willingness to pump billions into the industry, with precious metals miners raising $2.4 billion in a secondary equity offering during the second quarter. That's just in the second quarter. Gold has gotten a boost as the Federal Reserve interest rates cuts and plunge in real government bond yields lifted demand on the metals. And we're not even done. We're not even in the worst part right now. The market's being artificially pumped, but keep an eye on it, you guys, because if it starts showing any signs of collapsing, you will see a huge jump in precious metal value, as well as miner stocks and precious metal stocks. Again, a quick reminder, if you're thinking about buying into some precious metals, please give our friends over at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link will be in the description. If you buy more than $100 of precious metals, please use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free ½ ounce of silver. Somebody did tell me earlier that I think they're able to use it more than once, but I don't know. You guys know better than I do. Okay, you guys? So that's it for now. I told you gold and silver are great investments. Feel good. We did see that drop. Don't be surprised if we don't see another little drop again, but for the most part, I think we're still way ahead of the curve. So you guys have time. I am expecting some news to come out in October. Some interesting news. All right, so we will see. But for now, I keep watching Trump come out with gold hair, silver hair, tweeting stuff. Then whenever he uses the word gold or silver, he manages to capitalize the words. It means something. All right, so you still have time. You guys keep doing what you need to do to get on this bandwagon before it takes off. All right, you guys? So that's it for now. If you guys like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.